Hello and welcome to tonight's video. I'm just going to be doing a little grocery store haul. I went to Tesco's today, so I thought I'd just show you the bits I picked up. I'm going to start with the fridge pieces so that I can get them away in the fridge. The first thing that I've pulled out the bag is this chicken and vegetable soup, and this is for lunch one day. There's actually a huge storm going on outside right now, so I'm sorry if you can hear any thunder, or lightning. I've also not got any nails on, and I've been anxiously picking at my fingers all day. The next thing in the bag is this little dairy milk buttons pudding. This is for my son to have one day this week. Dairy milk. Then sticking to that sort of yogurt theme, these two protein yogurts that are my partner's. Tesco actually does a 4 for £3 offer, I believe, but he can never eat 4 in the week, so they just kind of I suppose you could keep the dates, but he doesn't eat them regularly, so we just pick up the ones we need, which is 2. And he's got a blueberry one and a strawberry one this week. I think that says Arla. Then I have one of these little dish mild chicken kormas. Just looks like that. And these are literally my son's favourite. So he gets one a week because they're kind of expensive for what they are, but he literally loves these so much. So yeah, he gets one a week. He calls them parrot rice. I also picked up one of these pan of chocolate, like they're kind of ready to make ones. this for my son to make on Friday morning. He normally has a swimming lesson, but the swimming pool has been closed due to damage from the recent storms. Hopefully they'll have it fixed for next week, but I've been told that it will be shut all of this week. So obviously I'll have some time to kill Friday morning, and I thought we could make these for a little treat. I then got him this little pizza. He doesn't really eat pizza, so I just got this little one for him to try. Just a cheese and tomato pizza. I think this was like 60p or something, so it's not the end of the world if he doesn't like it, but hopefully he will. He's not a fussy eater, but he's not that keen on stuff with tomato base, like this or bolognese, lasagna. He'll eat like curries or vegetable stuff, pretty much anything, but I'm going to give him this again to try. I then also picked him up these refrigerator mini packs. R-A-I-D-E-R-S. He likes to have these in his lunchbox at nursery. And if he's like peckish, he'll just go and help himself to some of these out the fridge. He will raid the fridge, I suppose, for these. Just try not to move it too much. But I got these egg noodles for lunch one day to have with this pepper stir-fry bag. And it says it has bean sprouts, cabbage, pepper, carrot. And then to have with that, I picked up this chow mein stir fry sauce. And it also came with some chicken, but I got some chicken and mince. But I decided not to show that in the video because that can be kind of gross to look at. That's everything I got apart from the meat. That's for the fridge. So I'm just going to put these bits away so that we have space to look at what's next. Okay, that's all away. So next I'll show you these bits here. This is all the fruit that we picked up this week. We got some red apples. We got some green apples. We got some bananas, and some orange. I like the green apples. And my partner and my son both like the red ones, so I won't go tapping around on them ones. We also picked up a pineapple. My son absolutely loves a pineapple. Pineapple and melon are kind of his go-to. Watermelon, that is. And we didn't pick up a melon because I still have half left. Kind of like this little bit. Trying not to prick myself because it's really kind of pointy. So yeah, we'll cut that one up, and then he'll have it in his lunchbox and for his snacks. Look at this long one. Then, just because it's in the front, I got myself this Pepsi Max, the caffeine free. I normally buy myself one bottle of this to have over the week. It's kind of my go-to evening drink because I don't drink hot drinks that often, if at all. And other than this, I just drink water, so and I have to have the caffeine free because my anxiety cannot cope with caffeine. I'll be thinking all sorts in the night, giving myself nightmares. They normally have an offer on for 2 of these for like $3 something, but I tried to just buy one because else I will drink 2, and I don't really want to do that. If I only have one, I can only drink one. Then over here in my basket, I have two onions. I just buy one of each normally every week and we use them for something. One white one and one red one. My son also picked himself some avocados. He loves avocados. normally has half an avocado with a spoon, and he just scoops it out for his breakfast. And he has that pretty much every day before nursery. So these will last him the 4 days that he goes to nursery. Then sometimes we buy the ones in this box, or sometimes we buy them separate. Just depends on which ones are cheaper on the day. I also grabbed us a lettuce. Sometimes we get this iceberg one, sometimes we get little gem, sometimes we get the really like fluffy one. I'm not really fussy, we just buy whichever one is the cheapest on the day. Kind of just want to crunch this. Crunch it. It's so tempting to just crush this lettuce. I also bought just 2 carrots. It's like those water things, but carrots. These are for my son. He likes to eat raw carrots or cooked carrots. So yeah, me and my partner aren't overly healthy, so we don't really eat many vegetables. We will eat some fruit, but no. But my son, luckily he likes fruit and vegetables. And then, last but not least, I got a broccoli. So that is all of the fruit and vegetables that we got. We also went into the upstairs area, and me and my son both picked a book from their little like discounted area, so I guess they're like slightly older, and I picked up this one, Frida McFadden. Dear Debbie. Nothing fancy, but it just looked good. My cousin's been talking about Frida McFadden. I don't think specifically this book, but when I saw it, I just thought that's my book now. And obviously, because I picked one up, my son thought this is a good time for me to try and get one, and he picked this one here. Fox's Socks, Foxsocks. It's these Tales from Acornwood books. He has a couple others. Can't remember what they're called. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, he picked this one up and he looked at it. He looked at it in the car on the way home. So the flaps have already been busted open. So we also picked ourselves a book. There was none there that my partner liked. He is also quite an avid reader, but he didn't like any in there, as he normally doesn't. I've just got like our sort of like food store ingredients and dry stuff left in this bag here, which I love. It's a Cath Kids in London one, for Tesco's. I love the strawberries and the little strawberry plants. I don't know if you can see it, possibly up here on this one, but some of the strawberries have little flowers and it's pink. And I love pink. So the first thing we got on this one is some of their little tissue packs. These last us quite a while because they just go into my son's nursery bag, so that if he gets a runny nose or whatever before we go in from walking in the cold, I can just wipe his nose up. I think you only used to be able to get them in like a big multi-pack, but I just saw them like this by the till. I thought two's plenty, so we also picked ourselves up some more painkillers, paracetamol. And ibuprofen. And my partner got some new deodorant, as did I, but he picked this Right Guard Cool Antiperspirant. Let's have a sniff. Strong. And I also got a new deodorant refill. I used the Wild Natural deodorant, and they had a cherry blossom in there today. I've been using this Wild deodorant for a couple of years now, but they recently started to sell it at Tesco's. So that's made it a lot easier for me to get the refills. Then we also picked up some more wet wipes. Obviously we have a 3-year-old, so these are just useful to have. We luckily don't buy as many of these as we used to when he used to be in nappies, but now that he's all toilet trained up, we really need one pack of these a month, because we use them when we're out. If we're at home, we just use like the to wash his hands or whatever. Next, I picked up their little 4 for £3 or something, or for whatever the offer is, I'm not sure. Sachets, spaghetti carbonara. So we're having this for tea one night this week, but I already have bacon and spaghetti and milk, so I thought this would be a good way to use up that. Then I picked up this chicken kebab one. And we'll also have this for tea one night. I bought the chicken and we already had some pita breads in the freezer to use up. We tried to use up obviously everything that we've got before buying new stuff. This one we're not having this week, but because it was in the 4 for whatever it is, can't really remember. I picked this one up because we haven't had this one for a while. And then last but not least is chilli. We're also going to have this week. I was kind of in the mood for chilli, and so I wanted to get this one. And then knowing that they had the offer for the other sachets, I kind of just went mad on these sachet dinners this week. So I also then picked up some red kidney beans in water to go with the chilli. Where they're all sunk at the bottom. The bottom sounds a lot different. I really hope that you can't hear that storm too loudly. I also picked up the chopped tomatoes for the chilli. And this home pride creamy tomato and herb pasta bake sauce was on offer. So I know that my partner, my boyfriend, he really likes this. So I picked this up. We don't really buy it often because it's really expensive. But seeing as it was on offer, I thought we could have this for tea one night. I then picked up 2 tins of tuna. I don't actually like tuna, but my partner and my son both like this with pasta for their lunches. I do love how well they fit together though. And then the last sort of jar tin thing that we have is this apricot jam. for toast or sandwiches or whatever. We just used up our last bit of, I think it was blackberry or something. So I thought I'd get apricot this time. We then got some Cajun seasoning. My partner likes to put this on like his potato wedges and stuff like that he likes to make. And I accidentally left the old one open and it kind of got all stuck together. So there's that one. And then I picked up this Nescafe Rotisserie Dark Roast Rich and Intense Coffee. No idea what this tastes like because I don't drink coffee. But this is the coffee that my mum drinks. So when she comes over, and we're almost out of that as well. Then we've got some Skippy creamy peanut butter, extra smooth. And this is for me. I am addicted to this and I always have been. I used to eat this when I was a little girl. I go through so much of this. Neither my boyfriend or my son like peanut butter, so I get to have it all. I only like this one though. I've tried loads of others. But it's this one or nothing. I then picked up some rich tea biscuits. Probably the most boring of all the biscuits. My boyfriend is a huge biscuit eater. He doesn't like these, but he loves other biscuits that we already have loads of. But I picked these up because my son likes to copy him. But these are kind of like way less sugary. I mean, they're by no means good for you, but they're a lot less orange and red than the biscuits that my boyfriend eats. So this way my son still gets to have a little bicky dipped in his dad's tea, but without it just being pure chaos for bedtime. I then picked up this little trifle kit. I was reading it and still couldn't remember what it was called. this isn't exactly for this week, but I just saw it and thought I'd pick it up for us to do one day with our son. He loves to do like baking and like making trifles and like those kind of chocolate things, anything like that. And it probably would have been cheaper to buy each thing separately, but hey, I saw this and I picked it up. This little microwave rice. This is for my partner to take to work one day for his lunch. He lives quite close. We live quite close, I should say, to where he works. It takes him 2 minutes to run home on his lunch break. And his like dinner break, his whatever it's called, tea break, that's the one. So he jogs home on his breaks. But they have a training thing on Monday this week coming, so I picked him up this so that he doesn't have to run home on his lunch break. I then bought us this microwave long grain rice to share with either the chilli or something like that, probably the chilli. We normally buy like the big bag of rice that you have to cook, but I'm just feeling so lazy this week that we're having this. If I have to wash any unnecessary dishes, I may have a breakdown. I then picked up this cheese and broccoli pasta and sauce fractions for me and my son to have for lunch one day this week with our broccoli. He loves this stuff. He started having this at his granddad's house. You know how it is. And then now he wants it at home too, so this is a little lunchtime treat. Kind of a bit of a boring one for last, but just a bag of pasta for our pasta bake. And I guess just for our pasta bake. I thought I was having something else with pasta this week, but I can't remember what it is. So yeah, that one as well. Thank you for watching tonight's video. I'm going to go and put all of this away now. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you